In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a conjoint analysis simulator to answer questions about price. As a matter of fact, this is the same simulator that I use with a lot of my clients when they have pricing related questions. Let's hop right into the simulator. So when Simulator opens, first thing we want to take a look at is the Configuration tab. Now this Configuration tab shows us the products that we have configured in our simulation for the marketplace. The first product that we're looking at here is called 100 grand. So we're looking at candy bars today. And in this column here, it shows us everything that we have configured about the product. True means it's available in the marketplace. It's a milk chocolate. The shape is a bar, it's a regular size bar, and we've got the price set at 99 cents. So that's some of the highlights. Then we've got the Butterfinger and several other products. Just need to scroll over to the right to see the Ghirardelli, the Hershey's Milk, Kit Kat, Lindt. These are in alphabetical order just for my convenience, but doesn't necessarily need to be that way. So you'll see that these are static. We can't click or change anything on here on this configuration tab. It's just here to view. But if we do want to make changes, the controls are over here on the left, and we'll go over those really quick. So first of all, you need to select which product you want to make changes on. So it's right now it's set at 100 grand, but you could switch over to make changes on the Butterfinger. The next thing here is really just a label. We could change this to any name we want, and whatever label we write in this box will flow through to some of the other charts and things that we have for that product. Below there, we've got a quick forecast for this specific product. So for this product, the 100 grand bar, the units forecast is 774 units, and that's in thousands. And a revenue forecast is 766, again, that's in thousands. And I haven't told you what contribution margin is yet, but we'll cover that in a later video. For now, if you want to just think of that as profit, that's perfectly fine. Now there's a margin of error around these forecasts. So we'll get an upper and lower bound for that forecast. Now we usually aren't too concerned about what the upper bound is, and we really just want to know if we're being overly optimistic or look at a more conservative estimate. We actually have those lower bound estimates here included as well. The next section here is automation. There's nothing in here right now. When we click on another tab, that'll become live, and we're going to get that towards the end of the video. So if you want to see how the automation works, hold on for just a minute. As we come down, there are a few other changes that we can do to the product. So the first one is available, and that's whether the product is available in the marketplace or not. So if you deselect that and make it unavailable, our units forecast is going to be 0. It should make some sense. Then we can make some other changes. So we can go from a milk chocolate bar to a dark chocolate bar, and we'll see we get a new units and revenue and profit forecast depending on having made that change. And then the one we're interested in here, since we're talking about price, right now, price is set to 99 cents, but we can change that to any reasonable value we want. That updates here, and this also changes the units and the revenue numbers that are going to be forecasted based on that being the price. So what you could do is, if you want to understand how price impacts revenue, is you can just hit these one at a time. So let's start a little bit lower than our starting price point, and we will get the revenue forecast of 702. And then we can bump it up to 20 cents at a time. The revenue forecast goes up to 766. Let's go up to $1.19. And our revenue forecast will be at $7.99. So you can imagine this is kind of a pain to scroll up and down to get back from the price input and calculate to see what the revenue is. So we have another tab that we want to look at really quick. So this comparison tab will compare a set base scenario with any changes that you're making. So let's actually put this back at 99 cents where we had it, and we'll restart the reset comparison button. Okay, so this is where we started. What this chart will do is on the left side, this will stay. This will always stay whatever the configuration was whenever we hit the button. So we can look at revenue or units. Real simple to toggle back and forth, but let's stay on revenue for now. And then what's on the right will be dependent on what the configuration is here. So we can quickly take a look and say, what if we put that at $1.19 Well, our revenue was $7.66, but now it's $7.99. What if we put our price up to $1.39? The stuff on the left here doesn't change, but the revenue forecast here changes a little bit. We're up to $8.05 for this product. Now there's another way to look at this, and we've got a table here built. Let's put this back. Just a table of outputs. Along the top is the products that we have configured in the marketplace. So here's the 100 grand that we've been looking at with the Butterfinger, Ghirardelli, Hershey's Milk, etc. The top row is going to tell us the total forecast for all of the population that we're looking at. And it can also be segmented into different groups. So here we would have a units forecast for product number 1 and for segment number 2 for that same product. And we've got just a nice little table. This table's easy to highlight, copy, paste, put that into Excel. Revenue is simply units times price. So what this will do is we'll take that units table there and multiply whatever price you have configured. And this, again, will dynamically update it. So maybe a little bit easier here to see is we can change the price. And then what you'll see is the revenue number for this product, the one that we're looking at, is going to change. Then we go back up to the 99 cents. We can copy that number and paste that out into Excel. Change the price to $1.19. See it change again. Change the price to $1.39. We'll see it change again. We can change it to up to $1.99, and we'll see the revenue is probably going to be not quite as high. Okay, so again, this is kind of a pain to copy this value into Excel. So we've developed a button to automate a lot of this process for you. So if you click on price curves, first thing that does is that makes the automation section live. So you can tell the simulator which subgroup you're most interested in. Most of the time it's going to be total, but there might be some times when you want to look at a specific subsegment. And then you can tell it how close or far away you want the price increments. So I think for candy bars, they might be usually priced every 10 cents. You might make a case that would be priced every 5 cents. You can do it every penny. The smaller you make these increments, the longer it's going to take to run. Really not a big deal because these things run pretty fast. But let's just leave this at 10-cent increments for now. And all you need to do for this price curve tab is to make sure you're on the product that you're interested in. Make sure you've got the right filter group and the right price increment, and then you can hit the calculate button. And what that's going to do is it's going to set the 100 grand product at the lowest price, and then it's going to record its units revenue and its contribution margin values. And then it's going to raise the price 10 cents and do it again. Raise the price 10 cents, do it again, up until it's hit the highest price point. And it's going to put it all on a nice little table for us. So the first chart we have here is price. So what's going to happen as we raise the price, and we'll have our units forecast. So it shouldn't be too surprising to see the units forecast drop as we raise the price. Now revenue is units times price and gives us a cooler looking chart here. So at the lowest price point, our revenue is going to be 531. That's this point right here. And it steadily increases as you raise the price up to the revenue optimizing price point, which is at this line of $1.39. At that point, the forecasted revenue will decrease. Now we do the same thing here for the profit forecast. So it starts out at a much lower value because we've got costs subtracted. And we've got a good steady incline until it reaches the profit optimizing price point of $1.59. And then it goes on to decline. Okay, so that is it for what we want to show you. Well, actually, so keep in mind, that is just for the one product. That is for 100 grand among our total population. You might want to look at this for the Butterfinger product among segment 1. Totally easy to do. Just make sure you set those configurations, and it'll generate a new table with corresponding charts to go along with it. If you're enjoying this video, make sure to hit subscribe so you can be notified when we make a new one. Thank you.